So how do you deal with this people saying you're fake?
Oh, I hear it right from primary one.
Huh?
Yes.
What?
Because primary one already, because you see, my whole family, my relatives are also not very well to do.
Right.
So to be chucked there and for them to be taking care of an extra person when they are already going through a quite a harsh and difficult financial situation, it's not easy as well. So you can feel it, as a child, you are very, very sensitive to whether you're welcomed or not.
Wow.
And you're also very sensitive when they pass certain remarks like, your parents just don't come and then never send money. You can hear things like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I was very skinny. You know why? Because I also watch what I eat. We cannot eat too much of
What
the food.
should be there.
Yes.
Yep.
So when you go to school, I wanted nobody to know I came from that kind of background. So I pretended to be another person. I pretended to be like my neighbors. So I watched how a normal child is like when they have their whole family doting on them. So I think the pretense must have been so obvious. But at that time, I thought I was very good in acting,
Primary one.
Primary one already started.
And your you mean like your classmates say you're fake or?
Yeah. Then after that, you realize you don't really have many friends. Because they all grouped to one side during recess time.
Right.
And then they don't want to play with you. And then you hear like, they say, this one very fake one. Always pretend this and that.
And how did you cope? I mean, it sounds to me like you're dealing with so much already. How do you cope emotionally? And, we talk about mental health and all that. Like, how do you cope with it?
Luckily, that time, we didn't know anything about mental health or depression. Even this word didn't exist in our dictionary.
Yeah.
So luckily, I just lived with it, and I just keep on praying that I grow up quickly, so that I get out, I can be independent and don't have to pretend anymore. Yeah. The survival instinct was very evident from young. I needed to survive.
And then fast forward when you were, in your job as well. Yeah, I'm sure.
Pretend all the way. So pretended all the way to TCS,
Oh my goodness.
And I thought, that time you wouldn't feel it.
You didn't even know you're pretending.
Yeah.
It was just like a muscle memory thing.
Yes, Singapore Airlines was really brilliant because it continued the whole education of being the perfect Singapore girl.
Yes.
Coffee, tea,
yes.
Do you like blanket?
Right.
Can I carry your baby? We were told to do all that. So naturally, I morphed into TCS. Oh, must be girl next door. Okay, continue. So the smile was always there. I remember people kept saying like, you never stop smiling one, right? Do you ever stop smiling? So I say, oh, I cannot stop smiling because once I stop smiling, the real
RBF comes, is it?
No, I don't have RBF. I have a tragic face. People always say, why is your face so 苦瓜脸? You have a very bitter God face. Is your life that bitter? Then I realized, actually, it is.
How else has this childhood shaped you when you were working?
Okay, it made me very fake. Then I'm always very insecure. I always feel that I'm not very wanted. So I think then you overcompensate by trying to be very, very funny. So I always crack jokes so that people find me entertaining. So I became by and by the clown. And when people call me the clown, I didn't realize that it was actually insinuating. It was not a flattery, it was not a compliment. But then I welcomed being the clown because to me, that means I'm very funny. So I guess that was also how I became a comedian.
Right.
Because I realized when you say something funny and people laugh, suddenly you became the center of attention and like people sort of adored you. That time you couldn't differentiate whether people is adoring you or laughing at you, right?
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So that craving for love.
And attention. Yes.
How long has that been, that crave for love and attention?
Actually throughout
your career?
Throughout my career, even towards the more mature part of my career where you sort of, maybe you feel that you have already earned your accolades, I was still craving for attention. So even the last day of my day in Mediacorp, before I left for Tokyo, I think I was still a very attention-seeking person.